How is everybody doing? Today I'm gonna share with you a trade I've taken. So I have taken a break from trading for a while actually, went on holiday, all that stuff, but I was back and this is the first trade I've taken. So this is AUD JPY. So I'm on the daily time frame, but we'll zoom into the 4-hour time frame just 1 second, of course. So I remember stalking this pair for a while. It was about here, and I was like, whoa, it's quite cool. Yeah, we're in a downtrend, a major downtrend. That was a previous trade I've taken in the past, but yeah, previous trade. So we're in a major downtrend, and then if we play the price for a little bit, breaks above the trend line and this major zone and the psychological level 93, right? I was like, wow, okay, cool. So I'm looking for a potential like trade going up to this zone up here. So as I'm stalking it, I see it nearly hits 93. That would have been a perfect entry if it has tapped it, it just missed it narrowly. But anyway, so I'm just watching price as it develops, and yes, it was about here when I saw a trade opportunity. I was like, oh, okay, brilliant. But first, we'll talk to you the reasons why I took this trade. So first of all, I did a long, so it means I was buying the Aussie dollar and selling the yen. So why was that? We'll talk fundamentals for a sec. So if we go to oil, and we go down to the, so if we go to oil, you can see that recently oil was going down for a while, but when it said hello to the $100 per barrel, we had a huge explosion to the upside about here. So it was about, as you can see, it was a huge momentum to the upside. And because of that, why am I thinking that? Because first of all, Japan is a huge importer of oil, so their economy will be hurt if the price of oil goes up. So short-term bias was that, yen was going to go down. As well as that, if we look at gold, gold is up. Gold was up for the couple of days. It was actually, we had a huge bullish momentum here at the same time. And if you think about it, well, reason number 2 is because it's risk on. And what does that mean? So as you can see, even the whole equities market went up. And, that's showing that, investors and traders have more appetite for risk. So reason number 2 is because we got a risk on a sentiment. So the Australian dollar is considered a risk currency, where it goes up in times where people are taking more risks. And the Japanese yen is a safe haven. So in times when people aren't taking risks, that's when it goes up. But since people are taking risks, yen is going down. So it's good. And, you can see that in the index, AUD across the board, Australian dollar across the board is going up. So that's 2 reasons I've got there. So 1, because oil exploded and that will hurt the economy for Japan, and 2, risk on sentiment, people are taking more risk. So that's why I wanted to buy the Australian dollar and sell the Japanese yen. Now I'm looking for longs. I know it's a good time to go long. Now I look at my technicals. So my technicals are here. So basically, what did I see? I had all my markings on my chart, but it was about, it was about here when I was like, I see an opportunity to place a trade. So I did all my markups, did my fibs, put all my zones on. Cool, right? Did that, and what happened to price? price just carried on. Nothing much. And I was like, oh, missed opportunity. Cool. So I waited out, cancelled my limit order I placed and everything. And then next I saw this little candle. So I was like, okay, it looks like there's going to be a retracement. So what did I do? Of course, I placed a buy. My exact entry was about 94. Well, not just below 94. So let me just mark up my fibs and everything. So if we go down to the hour, right? Yeah, I saw a nice little retracement. So I went down to the hour. Where's my replay tool? Right here. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so I saw that yeah, price wanted to retrace, so it was about here. And if I get to my fibs, boom, you've got that there. And the 61.8 essentially is always my interest. I'm not looking for entries up at the 50 or the 38.2 because I think there is always a chance it could go lower and I'll get stopped out. So I always go for the 61.8. So right here, I marked on my fib. As you can see, it lines up perfectly. There's a level of support here, as you can see. And specifying my exact entry, I went down to the lower time frame, about here. See? About here is where I put my area value box. So my specific entry I placed was about, entry price was 94.163. About there, right? And my stop loss was just below the lows and just below 94. So it was about 93.913. Just there. Below the low, so if price does retrace down below. And then I had two target profits actually. So if we go back to the top, we had one about here, and we had one all the way at the top. So that was about my my entry. So if we just play it a little bit, price, plays around a little bit, and then suddenly, boom, it gets hit. At this point, it was about 6 o'clock, but I didn't check it until like about 7, 8. And I was closing my computer. I was going to go to bed, go to sleep. And I saw that I got entered in the trade. I was like, oh, cool, nice. All I need to do is just wait for the next morning and see what happens. And what happened next was, it did come quite close. Did. And then suddenly it's broken even. And price continued to formulate. And it was about here, actually, when I took my first take profit. My first take profit, I took about 1,000 units out. So it wasn't a complete, just exit the the whole trade. I took nearly half of the trade out. So my first take profit was at 94.778. About here. So yeah, as you can see, I took my first take profit here, and that was a nice 2.46%. But again, it's not overall trade because I took about just under half. Then price, developed a little bit more, and then I took my second exit as it went higher. The second take profit was at 993, which was just up here, as you can see. And price continued to develop, and funny enough, here we are today. It's live. I can turn off the replay. It was about, so my first exit was indeed about there at 1,000 units, and then the rest of the units was taken at a slightly higher price. And yeah, so we took my entry down here, and it took until 3 a.m. this morning to break even, and prices went all the way up. And I'm happy how it played out. It hit my take profit target 1, which was about here, but it didn't quite go all the way to the top. And a good thing I exited at right here before it did go all the way further down. So yeah, I'm quite happy at this trade. The average return I got was a 2.9%. So that's a mixture of, 3.32 and 2.45% essentially. But yeah, that was my trade that was taken. And yeah, as you see, it looks like it's continuing up. It should, I believe it should go up all the way to this mark zone, and we'll have to see what happens next, really. This was my this green horizontal line was my take profit. As you can see, if you look at the alert I put on, it was TP1 hit. So yeah, I got an alert and I got out the trade. Well, I took some of my trade out, which is quite good. So yeah, I hope you guys found this helpful. I gave you reasons why fundamentally, and then I showed you my technical analysis on how I entered the trade. So yeah, overall it was a successful trade. I was quite happy with it. Yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoy. Take care.